Hi guys, welcome back. Another week, Homebrew Wednesday. And got a few things to talk about this week, so I'll try and get them in as quickly as I can. So, the video's not too long. This is homemade wine. The brand of the wine is California Connoisseur. And it's a Bergamasque, I believe that's how it's pronounced. And it's a beautiful wine, actually. I was outside talking to Joel, my neighbor, and he was asking me, if there's any wine in the making and whatnot. And I was just talking to him about it, and I said, why don't you make your own wine? Oh, I don't know. I don't think I can. I said, you know what? This is the same guy who told me he couldn't make beer before, and he has made it. In fact, he's the reason I put my original homebrew series up on YouTube, because I told him, I said, look, I'll make a video showing you how to do it. The easy way. And you can do it. And he did. So, he says, how do you do it? I explained it to him. I said, how all the procedures are and everything, making wine. It's easier than making beer if you're doing it from a kid. I said, you know what? He says, maybe I'll make some. Maybe I'll get into it. I don't know. Do you think I'd like it? And I said, well, there's only one way to find out. Came in, got him a glass of wine, took it out, gave it to him. He took a sniff, said, smells good. We're sitting out in the front steps. He took a sip. There was a long pause. And I thought, uh-oh, he doesn't like it. Long pause. I'm sold. That's what he said. I'm sold. There was nothing. It was just, that's it. So he's going to make wine now. He's going to use his old Cooper's fermenter, and we're going to get him set up with some a carboy and whatnot, so he can do his siphoning and that. So that'll be good. So it's good stuff if you like wine, and I do. Okay. So I got a couple other things to talk about. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about this week is sort of run by you, ask you guys what you think. We all know the things we enjoy about home brewing. That's not a toughie. We all know that. We love the beer. We love the process. We love the smell, the hops, the grains. You do it because you like it. And, you save a little bit of money too. Some of us do. Wait, no one ever talks about, what you hate about home brewing. What you do not like about it. What is it about home brewing that you go, I guess I better do a batch, Well, we all know that bottling is a drag. I don't think too many people really enjoy bottling, especially when you're using, smaller bottles like this. There's a lot of them. There's like 65 bottles or something like that. And I've bottled many a batch of beer. Hundreds, I don't know, maybe thousands, I don't know. I started brewing in 1990, and I only started kegging it 2-3 years ago. So I bottled a lot of beer. So that's one thing we know we don't like about it. So I started thinking, let's see what else. Cleaning. It seems like it's all you do when you brew your own beer is wash and clean and wash. You gotta wash your fermenters. You gotta wash your carboys. You gotta wash your mash tun out if you do that. You gotta wash your pots. You gotta wash your hoses, your wort chiller if you use one. You gotta wash your area, your brewing area. And it seems like all you do is wash. And then I go up to the kitchen, there's a sink full of dishes. So I'm like, oh. Boom. So washing is one of the things I don't like about home brewing and cleaning everything. Waiting. I don't like to wait. You spend 3 to 5 hours making a nice batch of beer with all these ingredients, and you've got it all written down, and you put your heart and soul into it, and you gotta wait. So that's one of the other things. And of course, when you get bad batches, which I don't get too many bad batches. I get batches that aren't as good as I'd like them to be, but when you get a bad batch, or when you get an infection, or a bottle bomb or something after you've bottled your beer and you get explosions, or when the beer gushes out all over the place, So you guys let me know in the comments section what you find not enjoyable about making your own beer. Is it the time spent? Is it the, I know my wife doesn't like the smell when I do 1 hour boils, or full boils with hops. So I try to do it when she's not home or sleeping or something. That way, she doesn't know. But she doesn't care anyway. She just goes, poof, stinks, but she doesn't stop me from doing it. She's great. So, yeah, let me know what you think down below, what you don't like about it. What else? Well, what I've got brewing over here is an IPA. Well, is it an IPA? I don't know. Let me tell you what's in it. And actually, I just grabbed these grains out of my white bucket where I've got some of them. These were sent to me. These are Munich malt, 8 ounces of Munich. So what's 8 ounces? How many kilograms is that? That's about 230 kilograms of Munich. And I used about 500 grams of Cara Blonde. Okay, and that was my grains I put in this. It's a partial extract beer. You can see it, and you can probably hear it going over there. So those are the grains. I used about 2.6 kilograms of liquid malt extract. Now these measurements might be wrong. I've got them written down, and then I'll talk more about it when I actually taste the beer. And I'll do it online. I didn't film the video. I didn't film the brewing of it. 2.6 kilograms of light liquid malt extract and 1.3 kilograms of high malt glucose. Okay, so that was the fermentables there, and then the grains. And I put in an ounce of Apollo hops that were sent to me by a viewer. Apollo 17% alpha, an ounce of those. At 60 minutes, I put an ounce of Saaz in at 30 minutes. I put an ounce in of Cascade at about 15 minutes, and about half an ounce of Cascade at 5 minutes. And then I put a Whirlfloc tablet in, boom, into the fermenter while I cooled it down and topped it up and whatnot. And we threw in some US 04 yeast. I believe it's US 04. Little bags I had weren't labeled. I had 2 of them, about 9 ounces each. Because I get my yeast, the way they package it, it's sort of in bulk, and they put it in little Ziploc bags. It wasn't labeled, but it was either 05 or 04, I don't remember. When I taste the beer, I'll probably be able to tell, because one it'll attenuate a little more than the other. So, still took me 3 hours to brew that, even though it was an extract with grains, 3 hours, because all you're really avoiding when you do an extract with grains is the mash. And the mash takes about an hour and a half, because you've got to heat up your strike water, get it to temperature, then you've got to, you dough in your grains, and you got to let your mash tun warm up a little bit, dough in your grains, and then actually do the mash for 60 minutes, maybe even 90. Sometimes I'll go put my mash on and I'll just go out and do shopping, and I'll just leave it. Doesn't matter how long, as long as it's more than 60 minutes, you're fine. A couple hours doesn't hurt it. And go and do some errands and come home, and then I'll start my boil or my sparge. So, obviously all grain takes longer, considerably, but so if you can get good liquid malt extract like I can, and I'm pretty lucky that one of my local suppliers sells excellent quality liquid malt extract, very fresh, and I've had nothing but excellent results from it. I don't know what kind it is or where they get it from. I don't care. Comes in a plastic container about this size, about that big. Whoops, there was some grains in there. And it's wonderful stuff. But from my experience, just for how many batches of all grain I've done and how many batches of a partial I've done, I'm making excellent beer either way. When I hit it spot on, when I get a good recipe. Never had a problem with either method. And you can save a lot of time with extract rather than grain, because it's already done for you. You don't have to do a mash, you just start your boil. That's it, you start right from the boil. Some people claim that, and it depends on where you live, they say that Grain brewing is cheaper than extract brewing, or partial extract if you're doing, added grains. But for me, it's a little bit cheaper to do all grain, but it's a lot more time. So you got to make up your mind. Some days I feel like all grain. And of course, I'm brewing to keep my supply up. I don't buy beer usually. I can't. It's not an option for me. It's too expensive. So my entire beer stock, whatever I have and whatever I have on hand, is brewed by me. Except for the odd beer gift I get and whatnot. And so to do all grain every couple of weeks just isn't. I can't. There's no possible way. But we've talked about that before, so we'll just skip that. So we'll see how that turns out. And it smells amazing coming out of the airlock there. Oh, beautiful. Really smells great. I can't wait to drink that. And I've got to wait. I hate that. So the shirts, they're selling great. Thank you guys who've purchased them. I appreciate your support, and you'll be getting them soon. The initial flood of orders that we got, it's going to take a little few more days just to get all the shirts mailed out, but you will get them. There's no problem. Don't worry. They will arrive. And I'm wearing one of them right now. This is a clean one. I got several of these white ones here. My black ones, I think they're in the wash still, so I can't find them right now. And but we're doing well, so thank you. I understand the shipping is a little steep for out of the U.S., and there's really absolutely nothing I can do about it. It's U.S. Parcel Service. You can go on their website and check the rates for international flat rate shipping, and you'll see the price. That's what it is. So great. We're doing good with that, so that's fine. Now, we're going to taste a home brew that somebody sent me, and we have a little story. Bit of a bad news story, but it's okay. This is a glass I got sent. Showed you this before. It's got you can see that. Awesome stuff. And we have a beer here. Oh no. The letter's worn off. I can't tell what it is. There's nothing on the top there. He had them, he had them labeled. And he didn't care if I did them online, like on YouTube or anything like that. He just said to enjoy them, but I'm going to do this one. So this is from a guy called Jimmy Trent, and he dropped these off to me in person, actually. He was driving through town. He lives a little bit north of me, and he dropped off 12 beers, and this is one of them. So, and I'm sorry, I can't tell you what one this is, but they're all grain beers. So let's get into this. Actually, because I have a glass of wine here, I guess
let's get double-fisted.
That's what I was waiting for. It's the beer god. Now, these were bottled out of a keg. Some of them were fizzy, and some of them weren't. So we'll just see how this one goes, because I've already had a few of them. So, get a nice pour here. There's no sediment, so I can let them rip. And that was not too bad. So this little cap on it. Like I said, they were taken from a keg, so they might be a little bit less heady. Crystal clear. I mean, I could read the newspaper through that. Not that I read the damn newspaper or anything, but, Oh, that smells just wonderful. So, Jimmy, thank you very much for sending me these. I've enjoyed a few of them. Some of them suffered an unfortunate fate. When he handed it to me out on the street, we met on the sidewalk. He pulled away. We shook hands and met and all that kind of stuff. Then he drove away, and he put them in the little cardboard 6-pack holders. And as I was walking back to my house, one of them, the bottom fell out, and I lost 4 beers on the sidewalk. So I came home with 8 beers instead of 12, and I had to go back out with a dustpan and broom and clean all the glass up because there was kids around playing and all that. So they're like, "Craig, do you need some help?" I'm like, "No thanks, I'm fine, leave me be." So cheers, Jimmy. Thank you so much, sir. Let's give this a whirl. Oh man. Oh man. That's delicious. Here I go again. Here I go again. No, but it's good. I mean, he wouldn't bring them. I mean, this is delicious. It's very malty. I mean, I can taste those grains. I can taste those, you know, when you smell inside the bag, you can taste that. Delicious. There's that extra little tiny thing that just gets you right here. It's good stuff. Cheers. Let me guess, this is an amber. Some sort of an amber ale. He sent me a note. I didn't, because I thought I would be able to tell by the cap which one it is. I can't, there's nothing on the cap. But it's delicious. Thanks, Jim. Awesome stuff. And he's a very, very nice fellow. Very kind. So, there you go. Actually, I prefer the beer over the wine. This is really good. All right. So, I think that's all I have this week. Yeah, I guess that's about it. We're probably over time anyway, so thank you very much for watching. Our t-shirts available at tgtshirts.com, and check out my Friday night broadcast at justin.tv/CraigTube. We're going to be doing... I've been doing this for over 2 years, and this JTV thing, and really what I'm finding is we're just running out of ideas for music. So we're running around in circles trying to find, playing the same songs over and over again. I'm trying my best to tread new ground with the music, but it's getting harder and harder. So I'm going to try and find some different things to do this week. I'm going to do some viewer questions, which I have a backlog of on my YouTube inbox. So if you did ask me a question recently on YouTube and I haven't responded to you yet, you might get a response on my live broadcast. And we'll just sort of, scatter them throughout the broadcast. I'll just answer some of them because there's some good questions in there. There's some things that, we all might learn from. Some of them I haven't even read yet because I haven't gotten around to it. I've been busy. But that's justin.tv/CraigTube, and we hope to see you there. It's live. We play tunes, we talk, we do Skype calls, we have a great time, and there's a great chat room in there with lots of fantastic, wonderful people who are there to have a good time, and that's what we do. All right, guys? Oh, one more thing. Homebrew Wednesday, originally brought to you by S.J. Poor. Thank you, S.J. Poor. Love you, man. He's a good guy. Go see his YouTube channel and check him out. Thank you very much. Cheers. Be safe. Have a good week. And we'll see you soon. Cheers. Oh, that's good beer.